These stunning visuals right there of that bridge collapse in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm Kurt Williams.
And I'm Jessica Larche. The Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsing after being struck by a cargo ship. Here's what the emergency call sounded like around 1:30 this morning.
The entire bridge, the entire Key Bridge in the harbor.
Be advised, the entire Key Bridge has now collapsed into the water. The entire Key Bridge has now collapsed into the water. Proceed with caution.
Proceed with caution. The lights flickered on the container ship Dolly as it veered off course shortly before crashing into the bridge. Now, listen to this. The Port of Virginia, they have confirmed this same cargo ship was at Virginia International Gateway in Portsmouth as recently as last Friday before leaving for Baltimore.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore says the ship lost power and issued a mayday right before the collision, which did allow authorities to stop traffic from going on the bridge. Governor Moore has issued a state of emergency.
As we monitor this developing story, let's bring in Scripps News national correspondent Bianca Fascini. She's joining us live tonight from Baltimore.
So, Bianca, what is the latest out there right now?
Hey guys, one thing that we know for certain is that officials at the local, state, and federal levels are all saying that this investigation is ongoing and it's going to take a really long time before we get all of the answers that we want. But here's what we do know so far. First and foremost, the construction company that employed the 8 construction workers that were on the bridge at the time of the collapse are presuming the 6 workers that have not yet been found to be dead. Now, officials have not confirmed that. That is just the company saying that. We also know that the Synergy Marine Group, which was operating the vessel that crashed into the bridge, said that they accounted for all of their crew members. But again, officials here, in particular the NTSB, could not verify that. So we're still waiting for an update on that. And then it remains unclear how many cars could have been on the bridge at the time of the collapse. We do know that underwater drone footage did show that there were cars submerged underwater, but we don't know how many. So we don't know how many additional victims there could be. Again, we're still waiting for officials to comment on that today during all of the press conferences. They were asked questions about it and they did not comment. So we're still waiting for information on that. But as you said, Maryland Governor Wes Moore did declare a state of emergency today, and he did make a point to say that because of that mayday call that you mentioned on the cargo ship, that allowed Maryland authorities here to prevent further cars from getting on the bridge and preventing what could have been an even worse event. Obviously, still horrific, but it could have been even worse without that call. Now, there's also a local state of emergency here in Baltimore, and we heard from President Biden earlier today that he wants to get to Baltimore as soon as possible, and that he plans on the federal government covering the entire cost of reconstruction of the bridge. But of course, because the investigation is still ongoing, it could be weeks, it could be months at this point. Reconstruction is far into the future, but the federal government has made clear, both through President Biden and senators, including Senator Ben Cardin that was here today, that they're very much working with local and state authorities to get through the investigation and sort of figure out the path ahead. Because for anyone at home watching that is not familiar with Baltimore City, this is one of the biggest port cities in America, and on top of the horrific loss of life and the grief that the loved ones of the victims will be dealing with for a very long time, this port is a very important part of the city and the local communities here. So on top of the tragedy of today, there could be a lot of long-term impacts of this crash, especially because we know it will take a very long time to eventually reconstruct this bridge and bring things back to normal. So that's all we have right now, but we do hope to learn further details tonight, and we'll definitely have updates for you guys tomorrow as well.
So many lingering questions, though. Bianca Fascini joining us live from Baltimore. Thank you for working to get us those answers.